we will have some fun today. So we will continue building this guy here. So last time we managed to get done the head and the, what would you call it? The torso. So today we're actually going to do a bit of panel lining. If you don't know what it is, it's basically when you start painting with the, I wouldn't call it markers. Marker sounds like it's like a really big thing, but depends here. So let me just move it aside. So we have one. So this one is basically kind of brown. Oh, I'm slow today. This one is basically gray, and there should be a black one also here. And how you do it basically is that according to the color of that the robot has, then is the pen that you should be using. So those are the items that we have done so far. And as a rule of thumb, I will tell you basically, it's not like a set thing, but this is more or less what I do. If you want to do something different, that is perfectly fine. But the gray one, so the one here, I use it for things that are either white or light gray. Then the black one, the one that we have here, is for blue and dark gray. And the brown, I use it for either red or yellow. So basically these two colors that we would have here. So that is kind of like the distribution that I use for colors. As I said, it is not set in stone. So if you want to do something different and just go wild, absolutely go for it. Just have fun doing it. But as a rule of thumb, that is what I do. And if we see the items that we have built so far, so basically for the head, we don't really have much to do. We could do a couple of lines, but I don't usually try to overdo it because sometimes the effect has the opposite effect that you would like to have. So, oh, yeah, you will see my cat there. So he loves to be the star of the show, so that is fine. But here, for the red one, we can actually do here on the... Okay, let me just move him. Okay, he moved himself, so it's fine. So we can use basically here for the red line there. So there we could be using the, as I was mentioning, the brown one. And voila, actually, that's basically the only one that we have so far. So there's not going to be a lot of panel lining for the moment. But let's get started. So I'm going to show what I do. For this, actually, I recommend to have like a thing of water like this. You can have like a bigger glass or something like that. It's not really a problem. And you actually need kind of Q-tips because with this, you're going to be cleaning if you overdo it. So it's really important because otherwise it would just going to be looking super messy. And then what you do is, so as I said, you use the color brown. And my cat is... Okay, let me just take him because he wants to make a mess. And it's not the purpose. So, as I said, we take the brown. By the way, if you see this one, these are like the official ones that you have. I bought them in Japan. These ones are sold like in the Gundam stores and everything. Hi, Lupu. How are you doing? I just started. I was giving an explanation regarding what colors to use for do like panel lining. And given that I'm going to be doing red, basically I should be using the brown color. How are you doing? How is school doing? I have been wanting to do a bit more of my robot, but I have been crazy busy with the office because my boss has corona. So basically she's okay. But she's extremely tired and she cannot really do 100% of her job. So, yeah, so we need to take the different thing. So you just basically go around there, Hopefully you can see it. Ah, made a mistake. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And okay, cat, can you please stop moving around because you are just bothering me. A prize coming soon. Are you looking forward? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward if I can enter. So I see my chances of entering Japan at the moment 50-50. I had a discussion today with the guy at the head office there in Japan. So he said that if we can arrange it with the HR, I should be able to enter. So it looks like that. So you can see, okay, let me see if you can see it. Yeah, so you take like kind of the excess with that. And you also put a bit of water. Have I finished my annual review? No, I have not finished it, but as I said, my land manager is coronavirus, so I have a bit of time. But I had this, my cat is making a mess, so if you hear something like things falling, it's my cat. I don't know why he's so hyperactive today, but let me see with the light. I'm trying to make it as clear as possible. I have not finished it, actually. I actually made a mess out of it because I did it wrong. And then I had to call like this platform is called Workday. It's used by most of the companies, or a lot of companies. I wouldn't say most of the companies. And I made a mistake and I had to raise a ticket because on these big companies, you cannot do anything yourself. So I had to raise a ticket and I had to wait for a few days. So I have to do it again and blah, blah, blah. So in summary, I have not done it because I had so many things. I have to finish a report, which is really a pain in the ass. And I don't want to do it, but my boss wants me to do it. So I have to do it. And I don't want to do it. That is the summary of my report. I don't want to do it. I have to do it. And I will get to it when I have the time. That is the summary of the report. It's such a boring thing. I hate doing this kind of reports because it's not something I use. We kind of have a different style of, how could I describe it? Reading data. For me, I do it in a more graphical way. And my boss does it in a more of numbers way. So we always disagree in the way we should be reading the data. So at the end, I basically end up doing 2 different reports because we don't agree how they should be done, which is a pain in the ass. Can I say pain in the ass on YouTube? Yeah, I think I can. Ass is not a bad word. So yeah, so you clean it there and then you go there and you take any excess of the pen so it doesn't look like horrible, and then you kind of get like a nice effect before in comparison to what you had. Yeah, the cat is really hyperactive. We had some visits today, so every time like you get people coming into the apartment, then afterwards he's like completely, how would you describe it? Yeah, he's like high on drugs. Yes, my boss is from Austria. Austria native, has been here her entire life. So Austria personality 100%. Which is really structured and this and blah, blah. So I don't know. I speak literally 0 German. I will tell you how much German I speak. I know how to say, I want to use my credit card. Basically, you say mit Karte bitte. That is basically with the card, please. And then you say danke. And then you say choose for a buy. And that is literally all the German that I speak. So I ideally, I would have loved to learn some German. I don't have the time. I really, at some point I planned going to classes and everything. It just didn't work out. There's so many things you can do during the day, and learning German was not one of them. So that was a problem at some point. I mean, I think it could have been cool to learn how to, but I don't have the time. So to summarize, basically, this line here was the only one that needed for me to use the pen so far. I tried to make it as clean as possible, so that's why I used the water and the Q-tip. And then let's try to see if we can. Yeah, because if you see the rest, like there's no place to put like additional lines, so that is quite fine. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think I am 100% sure that they will have a different working style. So I was talking today with someone like in the leadership team. He was explaining like, I mean, he's in the leadership team, so the people there like are the head of HR, head of the business. So they speak English, everyone, because they have lived in other countries. So like the CEO has lived in like Sweden, the US, so he is used to like this more open culture. But he was explaining that, oh my god, the cat is here again. Come on, kitty. But everyone below them, they are fully Japanese or 95% Japanese, so they don't speak everyone English. They have different like vision of a culture. And yeah, so the relationships are fully different. Like they sometimes say, yeah, we're gonna do this, and it doesn't happen. And it's really a different experience. They do work harder. It doesn't mean that they work like better. They just work harder. I actually had a boss that he stayed about 7 years in Japan. He was head of sales. He was moved from Europe to okay, I'm saying this story. My cat is really on fire today. He's making... Okay, just give me a second. Can you stop? Kitty, can you stop? Yeah, so he was telling me that basically he was there for 7 years, and the people like working below him, they would stay at the office until he left because they were like not allowed to leave before that. Not in a sense that they were not allowed, it's just that they believed that they couldn't leave before the boss. So he had to continuously tell them like, please guys leave, the job is done, please go home, I need to stay longer because of this. And okay, my cat is literally destroying the kitchen. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix it later because it's literally destroying the kitchen. No, I mean, I'm fine. Actually, kind of like on Saturdays when I open like the boxes, it's like the most relaxing point of the week. Like building this takes me a bit more of like mental effort because it's a bit harder with my eyes and everything, but it's still like one of the high points of my week. I know what you mean. Like in Japan, I mean, could be harder, but trust me, also boxes there are way cheaper. So I might not do like videos, like prepare videos, and I'm just gonna do like a lot of live streams and just open boxes and go around looking for cards and something and tell you, this is my favorite ramen place, this is my favorite takoyaki place, whatsoever. So that is my plan. Okay, so let's continue because otherwise I'm gonna be stuck here talking. You know how much I love talking, so let's try to do this. So today we have as a goal to do, should we do them both at the same time or we do one on the other? Let me just check. Okay, let's do one arm and then we do the other because otherwise we're not gonna manage because it's gonna take us forever. So let's try to do that as a plan. So I really don't know. At the moment, I'm not permanently moving to Japan. So I have the opportunity to see, but I think I would go to either Tokyo or Osaka. So as I said, for the moment, I'm not going permanently. I would be going for about a month or two, which is anyways awesome. It's something that I just needed so long. But let's see. I forgot I'm still here. I just forgot my glasses. I'm just getting it from the office. I'm here. I'm still here. I just forgot my glasses. Okay, I am back. And yes, I'm a bit blind, so I need glasses for doing this. So let's look for XB, and we're gonna do one arm at a time. So we're gonna do the right one first. So here we have basically XB. So we need XB 10, 11, and 13. How about finish the upper body? Well, we finished the torso, so that we finished. So now we're gonna do one of the arms. That would be the plan. Because the torso we finished. And the head we finished. So we need to do this. The apartments in Japan are significantly smaller. They're not extremely small, but they're smaller. So for what I've been seeing, I for sure, if I go there, I'm gonna be getting most likely like a studio apartment. I don't need more than that, and I just rather not have like a big thing. And the food there is so cheap that I just rather go like for breakfast and dinner outside than just be cooking at home. That is my personal opinion. So this is XB11. That is cut. Then XB10. So XB10, we have it here. That is also... My cat is making a mess today. I literally don't know what's wrong with him today. Is salary higher or lower? I would say it's comparable. Like, of course, you can earn more or less, but of the positions that I'm aiming, I think at the end of the day, I would be like at the same point that I'm right now. So my objective is kind of be saving the same amount of money that I'm saving right now. So it would be to kind of continue that lifestyle. Because what is the, you could say, problem? That I could like go there for a low paying job and say, okay, it doesn't matter. I just want to get a job in Japan, and I find any position and I just go there. But no, that is not gonna happen. The other possibility is that I find a remote position, which I'm actually interviewing for one now. And I basically go to Japan about 3-4 times per year. So once every month or every 2 months. And I stay there for a month and I live in Austria at the same time. That is actually something I discussed with my partner. To basically be going like, to be living in 2 countries at the same time. And I can also go like a month back home. So I would be in Austria 6 months, in Japan 4 months, and back home about 2 months. It would be more expensive, of course, because I need to pay the flights. But I think it would be very convenient for my mental health, my partner's mental health, and everything, because we're also very good at like long distance relationships. So being like 1 month apart and then coming back 1 month could be very, very good. No, it is not actually expensive. I think that is kind of like the misconception about Tokyo, that is super expensive. I don't believe so. It is, I would say it's cheaper than, for example, London. Yeah, I mean, if you try to get an apartment of the size of an apartment in London, in Tokyo, yes, you're gonna spend your entire budget. But if you try to live, like, as I was mentioning, in a studio apartment, like a regular size apartment, and live like a local there, I should be fine. I should be like really fine regarding those things. So, you know what? The first time I went there, I was super scared regarding the prices because I was not earning that much money. And I heard like Japan is super expensive and everything. Like I'm gonna be poor after going to Japan and whatsoever. And no, it was super cheap. like my favorite ramen place, like this one that I would go like literally every single day, it is less than $10. So yeah, it is not expensive. How about Chile? No, I mean it is a, in my opinion, a very nice place. There are some structural changes happening at the moment. So I don't know how much you have heard about Chile, but basically tomorrow we are changing presidents and we go from a right-leaning president to a left-leaning president. So basically everyone is saying like, we're gonna become a communist party country and everyone is gonna be poor and no one is gonna have a property anymore. Like we're gonna become Venezuela and everything like that. And I'm like, come on, it's not that at all. So, but I had a very nice, how would you say, standard of living there. My family lives very well. The food there is amazing. The education that I got is pretty nice. I went to a British school actually, so that's why I basically had all my classes in English. Can I compare? No, actually I don't think I can. You can compare Chile with the US. I know it sounds a bit crazy, like the comparison that I'm making, that it is comparable to the US. But we have a very American culture, you could say. Like the big house, big car, the like prepared food. We have a very similar culture to the US. That's why actually a lot of people, I don't know if you, this is actually like very anecdotal, so take it with internationalize and welcome everyone. Take it with a grain of salt, my comment. But so in the US, you have like this working visa that everyone needs to apply if you want to go work in the US. It's called a H-1B visa. So that is the standard visa that you get if you want to work in the US. It is relatively hard to get it because you need to go through a lot of hoops and everything. So it's not an easy visa to get. But there are two countries in the world. There's two countries in the world that have a special visa to work in the US, and it's called H-1B1. And it is for Chile and for Singapore. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Singapore. So it's, Trump is far right. So I'm not saying like far right like Trump. I'm saying like right leaning. And now we're going to a left leaning. So it is still quite in the center. So I don't expect communism or anything like that to happen. So that is like the people, like they were trying to convince other people, like telling them like, if you vote for the left candidate, we're gonna become Venezuela and everything is gonna die and everything. Like, no, it's not gonna happen. So Trump is far right, and we are like central right. Like I wouldn't describe like Boris Johnson like far right. Like he's not far right, he's just on the right. Like corporations and free market and all this kind of dogma, I would say it. Which for me is fine, I'm very much about free market, but I'm also about education for everyone and free, not say free, but everyone to have a healthcare. So I am in the middle. Can you work without Spanish? Yes, you can. There are a lot of international corporations, and you speaking like perfect English, it is very well perceived. So companies in theory would would like to hire people like with that kind. It is, of course, better that you can also speak some Spanish, but it is kind of like an elitist country. So like the fact that you are, I don't know, take an example from you, like you from the UK going to Chile, they would say, wow, you went to the UK, you're from the UK and you study blah, blah, and this and that. And they would like say, oh, wow, you know? So for them, it's like how would you describe? Like a badge, you know, for like coming from like Europe or the US. So there are a lot of people that they would hire you. I'm not saying that you cannot be hired because of your qualification. I'm saying, of course, you need to be qualified, but I don't think you would have problems getting hired. There are a lot of companies also that are very international, so they also bring their like expats and stuff like that. So usually like the boss speaks English and knows Spanish, so you can find a job. I don't think it would be an issue, especially like if you studied something. I mean, if you go there to like work, I don't know, a low-paying job, I think it would be harder. But if you're going for like a office job and something like that, I think it should be reasonably easy. Okay, so this one is done. So that one was C2. So now we're moving to C3. No, we did 3.2. Now we're moving to 3.3. So we need to do D13, D15, and those two. And that one is, just let me check. Let me just, so we are sure that we don't make a mess. Okay, so I need to cut D13 and D15. Can I ask you a personal question? Watch a documentary about South America. People from Peru look very similar, like Asian people, like mixed Asian with native South American. Yeah, of course. Let me just think about a second for the answer, but I can. So a lot of people from, for example, Asian countries. I'm not sure exactly. No. I know. I don't take it the wrong way. I think it's a very valid question. So a lot of people from. Don't quote me because I don't know the history like fully, but. A lot of people from Japan and some Asian countries moved to Peru. So like and it obviously also like influenced the food. So it's not just influences in like how people look. So there is, maybe it's not saying a lot, but there is some mixture of races there. But a lot of the people from Peru have more like native traits than Asian traits, but there are some Japanese people that moved there, so they are kind of mixed in race. But it's also the same in Chile, you know. There are a lot of people from other countries that moved that also, and then by marriage, basically, then you get different kind of skin color and. I'm trying to find D1 and I cannot find it, so I just need it. Oh, it was here. It was there all along. Yeah. So yeah, that is basically the reason. And for example, like in Chile, we have like maybe the right word is not colonies, but there are a lot of people from China. There's also like Koreatown that we have. So there are a lot of people from Asian countries that came to Chile. There are also some from, I think they're one of the countries where a lot of people immigrates is Chile because of economic conditions. So we've had a pretty good economy for the last 30 years or so. I mean, it has slowed down in the last few years for, several reasons, over immigration, COVID, so all sort of things. But yeah, a lot of people come. It's not so hard to come regarding visa requirements. So yeah, that is the reason. No, and I don't see it as a like a racist question or anything like that. I think it's a really valid question to ask. So we're gonna do again some panel lining. Hopefully you can see it. So we're gonna paint there the lines there, the small one there, and this one there. So given that we're gonna do white, then we're gonna be using gray. I know Spanish where in South. Yeah. No. Of course, I don't mean. I mean, no, I don't mean that. But yeah, we have a very very mixed race, and all people. You know, I mean, how hard would it be to find someone of? I'm saying it sarcastically, of pure race. You know. Yeah, no, of course we have like Spanish people coming to South America and the conquerors, but I will not get into history. My my Spanish, my history lessons at school, I was the worst, so I will not get into history. I was my worst classes at school were not Spanish. History and geography. I'm horrible at geography. Which countries has the highest salary and standard of living? I mean, Uruguay has a very high standard of living. Chile has a very high standard of living. What else? I mean, I made a mistake. I put another color there and I shouldn't, and let me just clean it with a clean one. Oh, that is a clean one. I made a mistake. I don't want to leave it colors. So we need to clean it. I don't want it to be purple or anything, so we need to clean it. Yeah. Oh, that was we made a boo-boo. That's how I talk to my siblings. We made a boo-boo. So let me just try to clean it here. Should come out, but we made a mistake. We can fix it, but that is not cool. Yeah, so something else that you should know. So South America overall is a very unequal country. So there are people that earn a lot of money, and also there are people that they don't. Basically, the minimum salary in Chile is about $500, which is not a lot considering how much things are cost in Chile. And then you skip very high to like high salaries. So the income inequality in South America and Chile in particular, no, I actually wouldn't say in Chile in particular, but overall, it is very bad. So there's a lot of income inequality. So that is also quite different to say. So, but for example, if you go to Chile with a European salary, you're gonna have so much fun. Like, so much fun. So, yeah. But also, like I was mentioning, Asia, like Japan also, as I said, it's really hard because when we're talking about the difference between like medium, like average salary, I would talk about my more like purchasing power, like how much do you have? But I mean, Chile is on the top. Uruguay is on the top. It really depends. But if I can go back 1 second, so I was just thinking, so like, for example, I will tell you, so I book for like hotels in Japan. I'm talking about like standard rooms, like not like super fancy, but not like just regular hotels, like super clean and everything. And I'm paying about 30 euros per night. for a hotel. So that is quite cheap. So that's why I say that it's reasonably cheap to go there. So like my daily budget when I'm in Japan, like for food and accommodation, like not counting like Pokemon cards or robots or all the things that I like to buy, it's about 50 euros per day, which is not a lot. Something that it is expensive is the Shinkansen, so the bullet train. And if you go to Japan, I absolutely recommend that you buy the 1 week ticket, like pass for the bullet train, because it is so worth it and it is so fun to ride the bullet train. It is an experience that you cannot skip. So don't even think about it and say, no, I want to take the bus or something like that. No. Argentina is in a lot of trouble at the moment. So fiscally, they have defaulted in a lot of payments, international payments. Actually, one of my best friends is from Argentina. So we had some discussions in the past regarding this. I haven't like seen her face to face since COVID started, but I talked to her a few months ago. And her family like is reasonably like well off in Argentina, but yeah, the peso has significantly devaluated in the last even 10 years. So there was this thing, it was about 20 years ago in Argentina. Sorry that I'm going into a history lesson. So if you are bored about me talking about this, just tell me. So there were this, let's call it event. It was called Corralito. And basically, the government decided that no one would be able to take out like pension money. So this created like this created people wanted to take out the money, because if you think, oh, the government is going to keep my money, what do? You try to take out your money. So given this fact, then the banks didn't have enough liquidity to do this. So then basically the peso went to unheard levels. And yeah, basically this started, I think it's been like 20 years of like economic like problems for Argentina. And they have a ton of debt, a ton of international debt that at the moment they are having a lot of trouble paying, especially the fact that, especially for the fact that they are not good in terms of fiscal like payments and everything like that. So Argentina was a very wealthy country. It still is. And if you go to Argentina, I absolutely recommend that you eat the meat there. In Chile, the same. The meat is just not at all at the level that you find in Europe. It is just amazing. So please try the beef. And of course, there's a lot of wealth and everything, but the countries in South America are known for not being good with their fiscal responsibility. Oh, I have been talking about fiscal responsibility for like 20 minutes. I mean, it's a very fun subject, but it's not an easy subject either. I mean, there's a lot of problems. On average, how much can I learn in Chile with a business degree? So in pesos would be about 1 million pesos. I think that is like a good starting salary. And you can afford, so if we can like separate like how much would you pay? So 1 million pesos you will get for your salary, you're most likely, and that includes like health. So that is included. then you would most likely spend like 40% of your salary in an apartment. You can do a bit more, a bit less, but my apartment, I rented for about that much money. So I would say about that much. And then, of course, then you have for transportation, then you have for food. So I think at the end of the month, you would be able to save like 20% of your salary, and you would be having like a nice life. So that's why I say, why are you going to look for a job there? Why would you be looking for a job in Chile? That is a bit random. I mean, if you want to work there, for sure, I can recommend you, and I can ask colleagues to find you something there. I don't think that would be much of a problem, but that would be extremely random. Yeah. Okay, we're doing a good job today. It is, we're doing good. I mean, it's taking us forever, but I'm having a lot of fun talking. Hopefully you're enjoying. And yeah. So now we need to cut D1 4. So D1 4. So this one here. What else? I mean, yeah, it's actually, don't take it as a way of showing off or anything like that. So it's absolutely not, okay. Yeah, no, like the weather is absolutely amazing. So I absolutely recommend. So if you want to go there for that reason. So the winter is like super short, and it's not even that cold in the winter. So you can have like super sunny days in the winter. I remember like middle of the winter sometimes, like midday, and the sun was like extremely sunny, and you could be like with just like a sweatshirt or something like that. So absolutely recommend. Yeah, I absolutely agree. The weather of European countries is absolutely depressing. So yeah, it's just sad. So if you just count the weather, I would absolutely recommend Chile. Yeah, no, so what I was saying, so it's not to show off. So at the moment I'm changing apartments. So I'm trying to rent my apartment, and my apartment is reasonably priced, okay? But the deposit is 5 times the rent, and you need to pay like a replacement fee because we're gonna be leaving the furniture here because we have a huge couch that we don't want to move. So basically it is like 8 times like how much, 800,000 pesos per month. 800,000 pesos for what? Salary, I would say 1 million pesos. Yeah, so I was saying, and so many of the people like way older than me, like 10, 20 years, they were looking for an apartment saying like, yeah, I mean, the apartment is super nice and want to rent it, but the deposit is too high, and we're saying like, how? Like, so the income inequality is really a problem in every country. Like for me, when we tried to rent this apartment, for us was like, and I pay actually for the entire deposit and the fee for the furniture. So my partner didn't pay anything actually. So we were like discussing, I paid for everything. I was like, okay, yeah, I pay for it. It's fine. And here we had like people where there were couples like having trouble paying for the money. So there is a lot of income inequality everywhere. Yeah, I was saying like, so like 1 million pesos. So I would say a starting salary like for a big company like would be around that much. And then I was saying like 40% for rent, maybe around that much. For food, I would say you would spend like 20, maybe 30%, and then you have to spend like 10% for transportation or something like that. So I think you could save about 20% or something like that and still have a fun. That would be my recommendation. Okay, so let's go with the next step. So next step, we need to do 3, 4. So we need XB7, 8, and 12. Yeah, so I'm talking about net salary, so not gross salary. The thing about, usually when you are looking for a job in Chile, they speak about gross salary, not net salary, not gross salary. So then you know, of course, right away how much you're going to be getting at the end of the month, and then it makes it easier for everyone when we're talking about yeah, exactly that much in euros, which is, I think, is okay. How much is like the starting salary in the UK? If you can like translate it into euros, because I don't recall the exchange rate because between euros and pounds. So if you can tell me, that would be great. Yeah, but that sounds about right. So like a starting salary for like a regular company. I mean, it depends on your degree. If you have like a business degree, I think should be a really okay salary. If you are like engineering, could be a bit more, or programmer could also be a bit more. And then if you are like a psychologist or architect, then you can also get less. So it really depends at the end of the day, to be honest. But yeah, okay, let's say if you have a business degree, that's about how much you should or could be getting for university student. So university student, that is just like starting. Yeah, but let me also, so I know like at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, because this is what I've heard, so maybe I'm wrong and you can just clarify it for me. So that to find an apartment like in London is just absolutely crazy with the prices. Is it right, or am I just completely off? That's what I usually like read, that at the moment, like the UK is really becoming, or London is becoming unaffordable because of rent prices. So as I said, that is what I read in the news, so I might be wrong, but in essence, I would say Vienna and Austria, it's quite affordable. Like you will not be able to find that, like you will not be able to not find an apartment or something like that. So that is like I would say almost like a given, you know. So for the minimum salary, you can find a small apartment or something, and you're gonna be okay. You're not gonna become rich or anything like that, or you're not gonna be able to go to a gastronomical restaurant every week, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be able to afford what you need. And here we also have a pretty good safety net. So if you are in need also, that is also okay. But that is also why I pay basically 50% of my salary in taxes. So if you wouldn't have a good safety net, then I would be wondering, like, what are they doing with my money? But I will admit that I don't like how much I pay in taxes. So, okay, I drop a piece, and where is it? For a room. Are you serious? No, so not an apartment, a room. How is that possible that it's 700 for a room? Where did I... Okay. Well, that is high price. I dropped a piece. Did I drop a piece? I'm missing a piece, and I have the feeling it fell somewhere. And I cannot continue without finding the piece, so that would be great. It is there. I found it. Can I ask, just tell me if I'm something I shouldn't be asking. Do you live with your parents at the moment, or do you live with like I don't know, with roommates or something like that? If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I'm just wondering. Because I can tell you, so like my entire time when I was at school, I was with my parents. So I didn't have to pay like for anything regarding those kind of things, which of course makes everything easier. because you don't have to worry about those kind of things. And I have to admit that I was lucky enough. I had a allowance from my mother, or more than an allowance. I had she gave me her credit card, so I was able to afford basically everything that I needed. So I promise I was not a spoiled child. I also earned my own money. I used to do tutoring at school, and I was like a teacher assistant. So I also earned my money, but I had some expenses. So I was lucky that my mom gave me her credit card to be able to afford everything that I needed. So yes, but I was not a spoiled child, I promise. Okay, so we are at 3.4 and we just finished that one. So now we need to go for 3.5. I'm just trying to check regarding which arm we're doing. So we're going to be doing the right arm. Yeah, we're going to be doing the right arm. So we need to do 3.5. So for 3.5, we need to cut XA13, XA15, and PC10. Okay, so XA13. So XA13 is here. It is here. 13 here. Yeah, so I don't know if you see it, but sometimes I just do like broader cuts there, and then I just make it into smaller pieces after I cut it. That makes it easier for me to do it like with this, and then I just do like cleaner borders like afterwards. So let's go for it. By the way, have you bought any Brilliant Stars? I only bought the booster box and the Elite Trainer box. So those are the only things that I have bought. But I think I'm gonna buy like 2 3-pack blisters because I want the promo cards for the, what is it, the Lithium and the, what is it, the Lithium and the Sylvian, I think, because I think they're super cool, they're super cute. So I want to buy the promos for that. So the price is quite okay, so that I'm not being cheated about the price. I mean, ideally, I would like to buy them for 15 euros. That would be like the ideal price for me to get. But they are at 17, so I think I can afford them. Why I cannot find the one that I need? So I'm looking for PC. You can see there I'm looking for PC10 and I cannot find PC. Oh, I found it. So we need to cut PC10. So PC10 is there. It is there. So 1, 2, and we take it out. So that was easy. And now we just cut them closer to where we need to be. So that is easy like that. So 1 and 2. So that is piece number 1. Then we need to cut it here. So we go close, like 1, 2, and then we go for number 3, and then again the same. So 1, 2, and then number 3. So I will cut it through here. Voila. So then we cut all the edges there. And then if you see there, you see like the X and the 0 or circle. So it's like saying do it this side, don't do it on the right side. So I'm gonna put it closer so you can see it. And I don't know what it's saying. What is it saying? Because they look this, okay, I see it there. So it says that you need to do it on this side where it has like the cross. I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah. So you do it on this side. So it's just telling you like, watch out, do it like this. And then we need to do the next piece. So let me just put that one there. And this one, it is XA15. So we're gonna just, there's so many pieces that are so small. It is crazy. Like my eyes get absolutely exhausted after doing this. Sometimes I have put this one in the wrong way and then I cannot bend the arm, which is kind of funny and sad at the same time. So it goes like that. And then we put it this way. Oh, I dropped it again. Clumsy hands. And then we just do here. So what is the order? So this one goes first. So we put it there. Then we need to... This is not easy. This is not easy. So we put it like that. And then it needs to fit there. So, yeah, that seems to be fitting just fine. So, voila. And then we are going to have the joint ready. So, voila. So, you can see how cool it is. So, that is how the arm moves, which I think is cool. I think it's pretty damn cool. So I think like how the joints work in this kind of things, they're just absolutely awesome. They do such a good work with the joints. Like you would think you would need like really like circular joints for us to do things like that. But it's just really, really amazing how good they are at building these kind of things. Okay, so I need to cut D115. So D115, where are you? D115. And I'm also going to be needing A19. So I'm going to be leaving A here. That is good. Where are you, D? Okay, so I have E here, so we can cut E14 right away. So we have there for E. Okay, so we have E, we have A. I just need to find D. D115. So D115 is here. So we can cut it. So it is that one there. So again, let's just do like broad cuts for the joint. So 1, then 2, and then cut number 3. That is good. So that is D115. Then we do E14. So E is right here. 14, it is here. So the same. 1, 2. Oh, sometimes I get scared. I say, wow, I did something wrong and I just cut it wrong. No, it is just fine. It is part of the job there. And then we need to cut A19. So this one is going to be super small. So we need to be careful. You see it there is that tiny, tiny piece there. So we need to be super careful not to lose it. Because knowing my luck, I'm just going to lose it, or my cat is going to eat it, or something is going to happen. So then let's just make the edges better, because as I said, we just do broad cuts, so as close as possible. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Then the same. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Those were pretty good cuts. Maybe we just kind of smooth them out there. Hopefully you can see it properly. So just a tiny bit with a knife. Perfect. Tiny bit with a knife. And that is fine. That is fine with the cutters. Yep. There. That is perfect. And then we do the same here. So this piece over there. Then this is the white. So usually white is easier because when you cut the plastic, it doesn't exhaust in a different color. So it just goes into white. Then white on white is not a problem. So we have it there, which is perfect. It looks like that. Then we put the arm. I just need to check which side it is. Is that the correct side? Let me check. Let me check. I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, that is the correct side. So there, we put it there. It needs to go lower. Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing it wrong? That is what I ask myself every time. Am I doing it wrong? Let me check again. Because as I said, I don't want to do it wrong. Well, it should be going down, but it's not, which is a problem. So let me just check again. So this one like that, and needs to go like this. And it just doesn't want to pass. Which means I'm doing something wrong, which I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I just get frustrated when I do something wrong. Okay. Let me just check what I'm doing wrong. Just give me a second. Oh, I also have the problem that the eyes get tired after doing this. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And this I hate because it's the time of the day where I start getting frustrated because I've been trying to do this for an hour and I'm not gonna manage and it's frustrating. Okay. So looks like that. D11. Did I do something wrong? That is the question. So you have it there and there. Should be correct, and then if I put it like that, should be correct, but it's just not passing, which is a problem. Oh, this is where I get frustrated. Let me just try maybe E. I can just put E first and let's see what happens. Okay, let me check again that it's done correctly. So like that. And then it goes there. Perfect. It fits, no problem. So it looks like that with the blue. So I just need to be able to make the white part fit, which doesn't want to happen because it doesn't want to pass. And I don't understand why. Oh, this is frustrating. This is really frustrating. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Guys, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Okay, let's try again. You guys know I don't give up. So let's try again. well, it doesn't want to work. So if you guys watched before, it was when I was trying to do the torso. I spent about 20 minutes trying to do the same part, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and I couldn't do it. So, what am I doing wrong? Well, that fell. That is great. That is great. So, I have it there. So, I have it there. And I need to pass D115. And I cannot do it. Why I cannot pass it? Why I cannot pass it? I don't want to do it like by brute force because I don't want to break anything. Because I did at some point break a part of a robot and then I couldn't build it, and it was the most frustrating thing in the world, which is what I want to do right now. But it doesn't seem to work. And it also happens when you're getting tired, then it doesn't work as you would like. And then you just need to come back and redo it when you're less tired. That is also something that I recommend. So if I don't manage after a few more tries, I will rest and I will finish it next time. So let's see how we do. I will put this tiny yellow part in the meantime. It's really hard, but there it is. So yellow part, it fits no problem. So that is not an issue, which is good. Oh, I just need to figure out how to do this. What am I doing wrong? Am I doing it on the right side? Maybe I'm doing it on the wrong side. No, it looks to be on the right side. And it goes like that, and then like that. So why is it not working? Okay, I'm gonna try for about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a night, because I seem to be... It was a long day, I have to admit. I had a lot of meetings, and it was just a crazy day. How was your today? Because for me, it's hard. Some days at work are just easier than other ones, and today was just really, really hard. Maybe I cut the wrong piece. D115. No, this one is the right one. Is there a difference between the two? They look to be the same. So what am I doing wrong? 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 Well, I don't know if there's anyone left still watching, but you can see how frustrated I am because I don't manage it. And wait, did I? No, it doesn't want to pass. These ones are hard. They're really, really hard. There's some of the pieces that they don't want to do anything, and they're just absolutely frustrating. What am I doing wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? So this one is correct there. Did I do something there that is wrong? 3, 5. No, that was also put in the right place. So, what am I doing wrong? 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 Doesn't want to pass. Why it doesn't want to pass? Why? Oh, this is the kind of moments where I just get frustrated because this doesn't work and I'm just trying and I'm just trying and I'm just trying and it doesn't want to pass. Why is it not working? Why? Okay, let's see again the instructions. 3.5. Is it on the right side? Yes, it is on the right side. It is on the right side. Is it on the right place? Yes, it is. So what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? What am I passing wrong here? What am I passing wrong? I don't know. I literally don't know what I'm doing wrong. Just trying to pass here. And it doesn't want to pass. And I'm getting frustrated and I'm sorry. I am only human and I had a very long day, so. What is it? The problem? What is it? What is it? The problem? What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? And I'm just going crazy. Oh, la, la. Hearing someone saying what is wrong is just depressing and sad and funny and all at the same time. So let's try, and otherwise I'm just going to stop. Because I cannot understand what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong? It's just like definition of insanity. I'm trying to figure out what should I do different in order to get a different result, and I cannot understand because I'm looking. So if you see there, it has kind of like this edge saying, okay, you're in that side, which is correct. So I'm in the correct side there. And then I'm just trying to figure out what is wrong with this piece. So you have there. What is it wrong here? So I fit it like that. I'm doing 3.6 and this is just the continuation of 3.5. Okay. I literally don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm just exhausted here. So maybe if I'm just move it like that. Okay, sorry guys, it's not working. It's just absolutely not working and I don't want to break it. So I'm sorry. I think I'm just too tired. So I think I'm just gonna pause it here and I'm just gonna continue next time because I'm just exhausted. I'm just exhausted and I had a very long day. So I'm just gonna stop it here. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to do this piece alone outside. But thank you for joining. It was a very nice evening until this. There's usually one piece that I kind of just do and just kills the entire experience. but I need to learn how to deal with the unexpected. That is basically what I do every day at work, so that is fine. Thank you for joining. Have a nice evening, and now I'm just gonna go to bed because I'm absolutely exhausted, and bye-bye.